Okay, so today we will be discussing about Snowflake introduction part. Okay, then we will be discussing what is the our agenda will be like basic thing. I'm assuming that you guys don't know anything about Snowflake or warehousing, so I will be discussing about from the scratch level. I will be discussing why Snowflake comes into the market. Then what is the drawback was there with the traditional data warehouses. Okay, how Snowflake overcome all those things? What are all the special features that Snowflake is providing so that it becoming the like top in the market? Why every projects are going to move into Snowflake? Why our like people are getting a lot of jobs in Snowflake, right? Then we will be discussing about the architecture of Snowflake. Okay, then we will be opening one trial account. Basically I will show you how to open a trial account in Snowflake. Then we will be discussing about I will be showing you the Snowflake dashboard as well. Okay, so all those things we will be discussing today, and then we will be discussing about the syllabuses. Okay, so let's start.
Amit, Amit
Basically,
Fahad, Amit Fahad, here, sorry for interrupting you. Just a small question I have. From how long you have been working on this one Snowflake, Amit?
2017, sorry, 2019.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, as we everyone knows that Snowflake is a data warehouse. Okay, so what is data warehouse? So data warehouse is nothing but you can understand it as a place where basically we will be getting all the data, like, okay, so all the data from different environment. Okay, so in my if I take my current project example, so basically we have one staging database. From staging database, in the staging database we are getting the files from different environment, like we are working in a banking environment. So basically we are taking this we are getting this file from different banking applications. Okay, like customer information, okay, then loan information, then transaction information, then how the recovery does, all those things. Okay, what is the profit, what is the revenue, all those different files we are getting, right? What is the savings, what is the holding data, what is the claim data, all those things we are getting different data as a file. Okay, and then those files we are loading into the staging environment. Okay, then we are loading into the from staging environment to we are loading those data, we are applying some business logics, and we are getting those data into the staging 2 environment, right? From staging 2 environment we are directly we are applying more like what I can say is like more business logic. So we are dividing those into the fact and dimensions, and we are loading those data into the data warehouse, right? And why we are loading the data into the data warehouse? Because we have to process the data. Okay, nowadays if I ask you a simple question that what is the main asset of our organization, for any organization, what is the main asset? So those uh, simple answer will be the data. Okay, so if you have data, you are the leading the market. So that's the reason we have lot of functionalities, lot of technology to protect our data, to process our data, and to show the data to the users as well, right? Now the thing is that this data is not like 1,000 customer, 1 lakh customer. This data is millions, billions data, right? Let's take a simple example. You are booking flights. Let's say you people, anybody is staying in a Hyderabad location. Okay, so maybe you are staying in Hyderabad. So you sometimes you booked a ticket for Bangalore. Okay, after booking the ticket for Bangalore, okay, you travel to Bangalore and again you back. Okay, next month or maybe after 6 months again you have booked a ticket to Bangalore and again you came back. So like your data will be analyzed, right? As a customer, your data will be analyzed, and people will be like, management will see like, this person is having interest in Bangalore. He frequently travels to Bangalore, right? Now what they will do, they will give you some coupons, right? You will be getting some messages on your mobile like, okay, this you have 500 rupees discount, 400 rupees discount, and again you will get some hotel benefits also for Bangalore. Why these people are not providing you the hotel benefits for Delhi, for Chennai, for Kolkata? Why they are not giving? Why particularly they are giving hotel benefits for Hyderabad or Bangalore? Because they have analyzed your data, that you have knowledge, you have interest traveling in Bangalore or Hyderabad. You are having some business work over there, right? So that's the reason they are providing hotel benefits, or they are providing flight benefit, they are providing cab benefits. You will be getting this kind of messages. How you are getting these messages? These messages is not coming as it is. This message is coming because you people's data are being notified. You people's data are being analyzed. So this analyzing thing will be done on data warehouse part. Okay. We need a particular data warehouse where basically we can keep unlimited data. First point, we can keep unlimited data. Unlimited data means there is no upper limit. We want to keep unlimited data over there, and also we want to process those data as fast as possible. This is the main two category where Snowflake comes into the market. As earlier, the traditional data warehouses had not unlimited storage concept. They had, if you are going with the on-premise data warehouses, those does not have that unlimited storage capacity. Okay. They will be having some fixed storage capacity, and once it is done, they have to install another servers and all. So that was not the unlimited storage capacity. And second one, the processing will not be that much of faster what Snowflake and other on cloud data warehouses are providing, right? So this is the reason of using Snowflake. This is the reason. This is the main two category. One is storage. One is processing faster. This is the main two category where Snowflake comes into the market as a data warehouse. And this is a completely cloud data warehouse. So this is the data warehouse concept. We will be getting the data from different system. We will be loading the data into the data warehouses, and there it will be processed. We will be writing the different query, different analytical query, and then it will be connected with the Power BI, Tableau, those kind of like visualization tool, visualization reporting tool, and they will be connecting it. They will be generating different type of reports, and they will be showing it to the management, and they will be analyzing it. This data transfer from one system to store data warehouse can be done in two way. That is, one is possibilities is ETL. If any organization or any projects are using ETL tool, they will be using it through ETL. Otherwise, Snowflake is having their own property to load the data, to read from the file and to load into the database data warehouse table. That is, Snowflake is having their own property. Okay, so we will be discussing all those things. Next one, like we will be seeing some difference between our earlier data warehouses and like in a Snowflake. Okay, let's take a on-premise, Redshift, and Snowflake. We are taking on-premise data warehouses, okay, like Teradata, all those things, right? On-premise data warehouses. Then we are taking Redshift. This is one kind of like one type of cloud data warehouses. This is the Amazon product, and now it came as a Snowflake. So Redshift is basically a fourth generation data warehouses. Now, till third generation data warehouses, it was completely basically on premise. Now, Redshift is comes as a cloud data warehouses, and this is the Amazon product. And now Snowflake is the fifth generation data warehouses. Not only Snowflake, with Snowflake we have BigQuery as well. BigQuery is a Google product, so BigQuery is also fifth generation data warehouses, but mostly people use Snowflake. That has a lot of benefits. Now, if I take the on-premise example, it's the simple example. You can assume it as a buying a car example. Okay, example of buying a car. Buying a car means like it's nothing. Like if you want to take a car, if you want to buy a car, you will go to the showroom, you will pay some money, you will take a car, and you will ride it, and you will come to the home, and after that you have a lot of maintenance, right? So basically, buying a car is having one first thing is the upfront cost. Upfront cost means you have to pay something, then you will be getting something, right? So it's not like that you are getting this on-premise data warehouses without paying anything. So there is a huge upfront cost, right? You have to install server, you have to take storage and all those things, right? So it's a upfront cost are included, right? And after that, basically, it's having the maintenance cost. It's a very high data backup, data recovery, index building, maintenance, then what I can say, partition, right? So all those things are, that's just an example of like maintenance. So that's maintenance cost is very high. We have the DBA concept here, and people will be having some separate team as in DBA who will be working with these maintenance things and all. So basically, maintenance cost is very high. Like simple, it's a buy. If you are buying a car, then you have to fill with petrol, diesel, and now the cost is getting increased. So a lot of things, maintenance cost is very high here. It's an example of on premise. If you go to the Redshift, basically it's an example of renting a car. Renting a car means you just taken a car for 5 days. Let's say you went to a shop and taken a car for 5 days. And but here also one disadvantage is there. So here upfront cost will be there, because five if you are going to the taking a renting a car, so you have to, let's say you have pay for five days. Okay, you charge it for 5 days, so you have taken the car for 5 days. But after taking the car on rent, let's say 2 days it was not well, so you did not go to office, so you did not use that car. Now, can you go to the shop and ask again? Okay, I used for 3 days, so I will be paying for 3 days. No, because you have taken the car for 5 days. Either you are using or not, that is your case. But the thing is that you have to pay for 5 days. So this is the example of Redshift. So basically, whatever charges you are paying, that is not exactly whatever you are using. Okay, so whatever charges you are paying for the Redshift, it's not exactly whatever you are using. So basically, if you have agreemented for 5 days, so you have to pay for 5 days charges. So it's not like you are not using the databases and you are paying. So it's you are not paying. That is not the case. Either you are using or not, you have to pay for the resources, right? But in case of Snowflake, Snowflake is the example of like riding in Ola or Uber. So so it's a simple, like whatever we will be using, we will be paying for that. Not one penny extra, not one penny less. If I have traveled from point A to B, I will be paying from for A to B. If I have traveled from B to C, I will be paying to B to C. After riding, after getting out of the car, then wherever the car is going, how much kilometer it is driving, we are not bothered about it. Whatever we traveled, we will be paying. So it's a simple example of Snowflake. Whatever we are using here, we will be paying for that, not any extra, not any less. If we have used 1 GB storage, I will be pay for 1 GB storage. Is it possible with traditional data warehouses? No. We have to do for capacity planning in case of traditional data warehouses. We have to understand our project, how much storage it can occupy. Based on that, we have to purchase our storage. And that is not also not the end of the story. Once, if that capacity planning is wrong, then you have to suffer with the storage issue as well, right? But in case of Snowflake, it is not the case. there is no upper limit. If you have used 1 GB, you will be paying for 1 GB. If you have used 1 MB, you will be paying for 1 MB. That is one thing. And another thing is processing. If you have used one query, let's say processing charges means what? Like whenever we are writing query, whenever we will executing any query, so that query will be taking, let's say, 5 minutes. So we will be paying for the 5 minutes processing charges. It's not like as a whole we have to pay. No. So we will be paying for 5 minutes. If we have used for 1 minute, we will be paying for 1 minute. Minimum is 1 minute. So like whenever we ride any taxi or like Ola, Uber, so minimum charges is there, right? So that minimum charges you have to pay, and minimum charges is 1 minute charges. 1 minute processing charges you have to pay. After that, everything will be basically second wise billing. If you have used 1 minute 1 second, it will be charged for 1 minute 1 second. And there is no upfront cost and almost zero maintenance. Almost zero maintenance. Why? Backup, recovery, automated process. We no need to take any backup. We can have automatically till 90 days backup. Okay, I will be discussing everything, so don't worry about that. So there is no upfront cost. I will show how to open the account and all. It's not, no installation, no hardware installation, nothing is required. Okay. And almost zero maintenance. Zero maintenance, why? Because backup, recovery, indexing, then your partitioning, all those things are basically automated process. We will be just create the cluster key, automatically it will be rebuilding. So I'll show everything with practical as well. Okay. Now, if I go to the next slide, that is something called as the challenges with traditional database. As I discussed, resources, basically storage, it's not infinite, it's not scalable. Cost per terabyte is too high. So in traditional data warehouses, the storage is not basically infinite. So basically, it's not scalable. Scalable means, let's say one disk completed, another disk automatically added, another disk completed, another disk automatically added. So this is not the cases here, right? Even in Redshift also, this thing is possible, but the thing is that it's take time. Okay, in Redshift also it's take time. In like Snowflake, you won't understand within a seconds. It will be you won't understand that your storage has completed and another disk has added. It is not bothered you. But in case of Redshift also, it's take time. So that's why people doesn't use that right nowadays. Like more maximum people are not going to the Snowflake. That is the reason. Okay. Second is basically in Snowflake we have structured data handling. That is quite common, but we have very good semi-structured data handling as well. Like we handles JSON file, we handles PARQUET file, we handles XML file, we handles Avro or C. All those things we will be handling here. Okay, and quite very nice way we can handle. We can load those data. Let's say you have got one JSON file, we have got one XML file. We can load those files data into the table, and after that we can break those data into a tabular format, and then we can use those as a tabular structure. And it's very simple method we have here basically, right? Third point is performance on large data set is slow. So it's if anybody has worked with any traditional databases or data warehouses, so basically they can understand like how it's becoming slow in performance basis. And why it is becoming slow is like, that is one point is storage. One point is basically why storage, because let's say you have 5 terabyte databases and you have very short type of temporary memory, and there basically they will be pulling all those data and then it will be sharing with you. So basically because of this memory spaces and all those things, this performance is very slow here, right? But if I give you, let's say you have, for processing you have 1 GB of space. Let's say I give you that 1 GB space multiple multiple what I can say, multiple times. Let's say you have 1 GB space, but I given you this 1 GB space third time, thrice. Let's say thrice or 5 times. So let's say that in that case it will be 1 GB, 1 GB, 1 GB, 3 GB, or 1 GB, 1 GB, 1 GB, 1 GB, 1 GB, 5 GB. So in that case your performance will be better because you are getting more space. So this clustering thing, that is the concept of coming as an like clustering. So this clustering thing is possible in Snowflake. So Snowflake is having some setup cases where basically we will do the setup and we will leave it as it is. So whenever the query will come, basically Snowflake will adjust that and it will run more faster than the other way. 10 times, minimum 10 times faster from the other traditional data warehouses. If any cases I have seen, like if any queries are taking 48 hours in like let's say in traditional data warehouses, on-premise data warehouses, in Snowflake it is completing within 15 minutes. So that kind of performance benefits are there. Okay. Then fourth point is lot of maintenance activities. So as you can see, backup, recovery. Okay. Then what I can say is partitioning, indexing. Okay. Then statistics gathers. All those things are basically memory management. All those things are basically completely automated here. Okay. Ordering. So completely automated here. Basically maintenance activity, partitioning is a major maintenance activity. Backup recovery is a major maintenance activity. Those are completely automated process here. We just have to know the process and we just have to see how we can take our historical data back using a simple query. We have time travel option here. I will be discussing each and everything. So these are all the options basically what Snowflake makes perfect, like and lot of maintenance activities which was there with the traditional data warehouses has now minimized here, right? Okay. Now, if I go to the next slide, basically here we will be understanding why, what are all the, here basically I have denoted, I have written the main, some of the main, not all, some of the main activity, some of the main point where Snowflake becomes top in the market. Okay. So basically it's a, okay. First of all, you have to understand that Snowflake does not have anything with it. Like it does not have storage. It does not have processing, nothing. Okay. So we can basically use Snowflake as a vendor. Okay. But it's not having any own property. Like whatever data we will be storing, it is not gonna store in Snowflake basically. Okay. And whatever you are processing your data, they don't have any processor. Okay. Snowflake is an analytical data warehouse provided as a software as a service. Okay. Snowflake provides a data warehouse that is faster, easier to use, and more flexible. Okay. First point is cloud data warehouses. It's completely runs on cloud. Okay. AWS, Microsoft Azure, GCP, these three platform you can choose. Whenever we will be creating an account today, we will see how we can choose any one of the option from these three options. If you have selected AWS, then storage and processing will be handled by the AWS. If you have selected Microsoft Azure, then storage and processing will be handled by the Microsoft Azure. Basically these three vendor, Snowflake is the vendor of these three companies basically. Okay. We will be paying the money to Snowflake. Basically Snowflake will be paying the money to them. Let's say you have selected AWS, then Snowflake will be hiring the storage, processing, and cloud infrastructure completely from AWS. Whatever money we will be paying to Snowflake, Snowflake will be taking their part and remaining will be paying to the AWS. If similar way, Microsoft Azure and GCP, whatever you have selected, Snowflake will be taking the services from, Snowflake will take the services for that account from this service provider. Okay. So,
Uh,
so these three, these, yeah.
I have one
Any
question.
question?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry to disturb you in the middle. So, like, you mean like all infra will be taken care by this cloud provider, huh?
right.
The infra, right? The infra thing, so everything, correct? I mean,
Everything.
the
Yes,
RAM storage, everything.
everything. I will be
Okay, thank
showing
you.
you the architecture so that you can understand.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah. Next point is basically pay what you use. Pay what you use means that, as I discussed, whatever we will be paying, we will be using. If we pay 1 minute, we will be paying, we will be, if we use 1 minute processing, we will be paying for 1 minute charges. If we use 1 GB storage, we will be paying for 1 GB storage. Okay. Whatever we will be using, we will be paying for that. So this is the very important top. This is the very important point that Snowflake becomes the top of the market. We doesn't any data warehouse does not have these features. Like whatever we are using, we are will be paying for that. No. Next point is separate compute and storage cost. Okay. Let's say for you are right, you are executing one complex query. Okay, you are executing one complex query and it's required a lot of memory space. Okay, but that memory space is a temporary memory space for processing memory. Like you can say it's about RAM. You need the RAM. So in that case, you need more RAM on it. That means more temporary memory you need. But that is not the exactly storage where you are saving your data. That is, these two memory is a different, right? RAM and hard disk is different, right? So let's say you want to increase your hard disk, you want to increase your RAM for better processor. Is it justified that whenever you will be increasing your RAM, you will be increasing your hard disk as well? No, right? Because I need more processing. I want to speed up my processor. I don't want to increase my storage. I just wanted to increase my processor, right? So this thing is not possible in Redshift. Basically, in Redshift, whenever you will be using your, let's say you are increasing your computing means processing environment. Basically, you have to increase your storage as well. So this storage and processing is basically coupled. Coupled means tied up with one another. If you are increasing storage, you have to automatically increase by computing as well, computing memory as well. So this is completely coupled. But in case of Snowflake, this is decoupled. Okay, it's separated. If you want to increase storage, increase without touching the processing. If you want to increase the processing memory, you can increase without touching the storage. So that's the reason basically Snowflake is, this is one of the major parts. So basically whenever we will be increasing, whenever we will be using to store data, no need to use the processing. Okay, and whenever we are processing our data, basically don't increase the storage. So these are all completely separated and it will save our lot of cost as well. Okay. Next point is remove setup of infrastructure, both hardware and software. So basically, hardware and software setup has been completely removed. No need to install anything, no need to purchase anything, nothing. It will be completely on browser based. In real time, whenever you will go in a real time scenario, you will be working as an company or organization. They will be providing you one URL, one user ID, one password, like how we log in with the Gmail account, Facebook account. The same way we will be logging with the Snowflake account as well. Okay, and we will be start working in that. So everything will be cloud, on cloud. You are working anywhere. If you have office laptop, you either you are going to Europe or you are going to US or you are going to India or you are going to any other countries. Basically, no need to go for changing all those setup and all. So everywhere it will be accessible. Okay, if you have your office VPN access, so you will be able to open the URL and you will be able to start the working. And we are okay, so I'll be showing you all those things. Next one is the support for semi-structured data. As I discussed, it will support all like six kind of basically six type of files it supports. First one is the XML, first one is the CSV, That is the structured way. Second one is the JSON file. Third one is the basically XML. Fourth one is the PARQUET. Fifth one is the Avro, and sixth one is the ORC. These six type of files, they will be basically we can handle here. Okay. Next is zero copy clone. So basically, this is the one of the important and one of the important feature, basically zero copy clone. So let's say you have a table called A, and you want to take the backup of the table. Okay, so I'm just telling you the simple Oracle SQL statement, like select star from like create table B as select star from A. Okay, so if this is the syntax, we will be writing this syntax, and if I write this syntax, then table B will be created, and which will be having completely structure of table A and complete data of table A. Okay. Now, what is the disadvantage of it? Disadvantage is table A and table B both are having same data. Okay. Until and unless we changed anything, both are having same data. But if we are creating the table backup like this, basically what it will happen, it will occupy completely separate memory space. That means table A and table B both is having same data, because table B is the backup of table A. But table B, though table B and A both are having same data, but table B will occupy separate file system, separate memory location. So that means same type of data is storing twice. That means if table A occupies 1 GB memory space, then table B will occupy also same 1 GB memory space for the same data. So that means to save same data, we are basically occupying 2 GB memory space in our database. But if you work with zero copy clone, table B will not copy table A's data. It will copy only table A's metadata. That means it will copy only the table A's file system address, not data. Once it copies the file system's address, what it will do? It will pointing to the same location where basically table A is pointed out. So that means table A and table B both are taking the data from same file system. So that's the reason it's not occupying separate memory space. And that's the reason we are saving 1 GB memory space, right? So this is the benefit of zero copy clone. So we have a lot of code. We need to write simple code, simple one-line SQL statement. So basically, we need to write the single SQL statement, and we have to create the zero copy clone. Okay. So if you are zero copy, if you are creating zero copy clone, so if you are using zero copy clone, basically you are saving your data, you are saving your memory space, right? Now, data protection, time travel failsafe. So as I told here, backup recovery is completely automated. So this is the system time travel. Time travel means, let's say on 1st of January, or let's say 1st of February, you have executed some patches in your production environment. Okay. And after 1st of February, I'm just taking an arbitrary example. So basically, after 1st of February, now it's April. So nobody will wait for 2 months to see the consequences. So let's say you just executed one basically patches on one update statement in production environment. But after running the update statement, you found that, okay, this update statement goes wrong, and we have to revert it back. So what is the possible ways with the revert it back? So basically, we know as a normal developer, we know that every time whenever we will be executing anything on production, basically we will be taking the data backup, right? So here the data backup is not required. Why to take the data backup? Because before executing the update statement, whatever the status was there for the table, I want to take it back up, so that if anything comes wrong, basically I will be import my backup again, and I will be making the system as it is, right? So here that backup taking that backup is not required. Anytime using time travel, you can go back maximum 90 days, not more than 90 days. You can go back till 90 days and we can take any times data and we can import again. That's possible using time travel without taking any additional backup recovery manually. It's completely automated. And there is another concept, that is fail-safe, but developer can't do anything with the fail-safe. Basically, fail-safe is nothing but whenever this 90 days period is completed for a particular data, then this data will be moved from time travel zone to fail-safe zone. And in that fail-safe zone, that data will be residing till 7 days. Okay. But
Amit,
if
I have
your
one question
data,
here.
yeah,
Sorry for interruption. You're saying that for the data protection, it will for time traveler. For example, I'm updating some employee table for some of the employees' location to Bangalore to Hyderabad
mm,
for today, and I want to see the data from the employees who has been changed their location after 3-4 days. So that table that data will be getting stored, or what you mean to say? With the help
data
of
we don't want. No, we no need to save. Let's say today you have updated one data. Let's say you have updated one city from Kolkata to Chennai.
Mm-hmm.
Next 90 days, from today to next 90 days, you can anytime you can revert back that data.
Okay.
Till 90 days, you can anytime you can revert back the data. After 90 days, it is not possible. Till 90 days, no need to take any backup. You can
Okay.
revert back that data anytime till 90 days, from today to till 90 days. Whatever
Okay.
data you will be updating tomorrow, from tomorrow till 90 days. Whatever data you have updated yesterday, from yesterday till 90 days. Like that, it will be going on.
Okay. For the data that which has been updated, which will show any flag or what? How we can come to know that this record has been updated like that?
No, updated, see, whatever you will be updating, that you know, right? Let's say you have executed one update statement. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever I will show you in practical, you will understand. Let's say you have updated some calculation in the production environment in invoice table. Now that
Mm-hmm.
calculation goes wrong. After updating, whenever the report is getting generated, you are seeing that report, some data is coming in a report is a wrong way.
Okay.
So that means you have updated some parameters. So you know what you have updated and you know
Mm-hmm.
what you have to revert back. Basically, that is
Okay.
the way you have to revert it back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. And one thing for the zero copy clone, you said we don't need to take any backup of that, right? You are saying we need to take only metadata of that, and it will point to the base table that you are saying.
Yes, that is also creating the backup only. But the thing is that we will not create separate memory location again.
Mm-hmm.
We
If you
will
want to
not
do
create separate.
see backup means we want to do any DML operation, then only we are going to take a backup, right? If we are, at that time, if you are going to some delete any
Yeah.
record.
Whatever DML operations we will do, so we will be discussing those as well. See, the thing is that let's say you have updated some data in any of the table. So
Mm-hmm.
only whatever data you have updated, let's say there was a thousands rows in both of the table. You have
Mm-hmm.
updated 5 rows from table B. Whatever
Okay.
data common in table A and B will be pointed out in the same location. Whatever data
Mm-hmm.
you have newly inserted in any of the table or updated the data, for those records, it will create separate memory location.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Next is columnar storage of data. So as we know, any kind of analytical data warehouse or any kind of analytical data warehouse basically use columnar storage. They doesn't use row level storage. So we have two type of storage, two type of way to store data. One is column level, one is row level. Simple way, I will be discussing each and every point. Whatever point you are seeing here as an bullet point. So basically each and every topic we have a separate class. So basically columnar storage of data. So we have two type of row level storage, columnar storage. If I say in a simple way, simple word, basically row level storage is nothing but like it's a storing a complete row in a single place. Okay, and columnar storage is nothing but we are storing a complete column in a single place. So let's say you have an employee table where employee ID, employee name, age, city, all those things are there. So if you are saving the data as a row level storage, basically the entire row, employee ID, employee name, age, city, everything will be stored in a single block. But if you are storing in a columnar storage, basically employee ID will store in a block, employee name will store in another block, employee age will store in another block, salary will store in another block, city will store in another block. So this is the row level and column level storage. But analytical data warehouses mostly uses column level storage. Why? We will be discussing in our respective classes. Okay, we will be showing what is the row level storage, what is the column level storage, what is the difference between, why row level storage is important, like not important, why row level storage is good for OLTP, why row level or column level storage is important for OLAP, why how basically this queries becomes faster if you are using column level storage. So I will show you, so don't worry about that. Okay, next one is the automatic partitioning data internally. So basically, as you know, that partition concept, like if anybody does not know, so I'm just giving you a simple brief introduction on partitioning. So let's say I have given you one big bucket. In that bucket, I kept 10 pen. I have kept pen, pencil, eraser, sharpener, copy, scale, all those things I have kept in a simple block, simple bucket. And I ask you, okay, find out one red color pen. So now what you will do, you will search into the bucket. You will dig into the bucket, you will check every pen, pencil, all those things, and after that, that specific thing you will be giving me, right? So that is one way. And second way, I have given you one bucket for pen, one bucket for pencil, one bucket for separate bucket for eraser, sharpener, all those things. So now if I ask you to search the pen, so what you will do, you will not touch pencil, eraser, sharpener, scale, you will just touch the bucket where basically the panes are stored, and you will be easily finding out the pane, right? So which one is the better way? This one is the better way, right? If I have each type of data into each type of bucket. So this is basically the partitioning. So we have partitioning concept in all the data warehouses, in on-premise and cloud, everywhere. But the thing is that there it was a completely static partitioning where people has to manually build up the partition, they have to break the table, all those things. Here it is completely automated process. Okay, so this automated, though this is the automated process, but it's a very important thing, and we will be discussing in depth how this partitioning works. Okay, how whenever we are writing a query, how this partitioning is being hit, and how this data is being pulled up. So all those things we will be discussing. Okay, so these are the some main features where Snowflake becomes important, like in the market, like. Okay, now this is the Snowflake architecture. Okay, so there are three type of basically three type of layer, basically three layer here. One is cloud service layer, second one is processing, data processing, or you can say query processing layer, third one is database storage. Okay, so cloud service layer is nothing but like it's a memory, like not memory. It's a basically the what I can say. It's a brain of the architecture. Everything will be handled by the cloud service layer. Whenever you are basically writing a query, the query will send to cloud service layer first. Here we have metadata manager, optimizer, all those things are the optimizer will optimize the query. Metadata manager will have the all the address of the data, all those things, right? So first it will send to the cloud service layer, then it will get the data from the metadata manager, then it will send to the query processing layer, and then it will send to the database layer to get the actual data. So now cloud service layer is the brain of the architecture. Every instructions, everything processing will be done by the cloud service layer. Okay, then next step is next unit is the basically query processing layer. Whatever query you will be writing, there it is a processing will be done by the query processing layer. Here we will be having virtual warehouse, so virtual warehouse, as of now you just understand it's a combination or collection of servers. Okay, so you can, as in diagram, you can see the first virtual warehouse is having 4 circle inside it. So we are assuming this is the 4 servers we have. Second virtual warehouse, we have 2 servers. Third virtual warehouse, again, we have 4 servers. So basically, these are all the collection of servers. So we have in-depth class on virtual warehouse. So I will show you each and everything. So as of now, you just understand that this is a query processing layer. Whatever query we will be writing, it will be processed by the virtual warehouse. Okay, and after processing, it will get the actual data from the database storage, and that is the third layer. So these 3 layers will be there: cloud service layer, query processing layer, and database layer. Cloud service layer is basically the brain of the architecture. Every instructions, everything, like how a human body works, every instruction is coming from our brain, right? So okay, eat now, drink now, play now, so all those things are coming from the brain. So here the cloud service layer is the brain of the architecture. Every instruction will come from the cloud service layer. Then we will be having the query processing layer. So basically it will be processed. Whatever query we will be writing, that will be processed here in the virtual warehouse. Okay, and after processing, whatever data it has to take or it has to show to the user, basically it will pull the data from the third layer, and that is the database storage layer. Okay, so this is the Snowflake architecture. Now we will be showing how basically we can create a simple Snowflake trial account. If we create a Snowflake trial, if you Google Snowflake trial, you will be getting the Snowflake trial account. You have to, what you have to do, you have to, hold on. You have to open one Gmail account. Okay, so click on the Snowflake trial. Okay, so you will be getting a 30 days free trial account. Okay, so once this 30 days over, you can create another Gmail account and you can create another account for practicing. Okay, so I have account, I have Snowflake account created. So I'm not, I don't have any Gmail account right now. So I'm just showing you the example. Let's say you are giving any name, and here, let's say, uh, not Gmail account, any kind of account will work. My like email account you have to create. Okay, so after that you have to select your country. So I'm right now in Lithuania, so basically it's in Europe. So you can continue. Okay, once it is continue, so after that you will be getting the Snowflake edition. You have to select the Snowflake edition: standard, enterprise, business critical. Okay, if you are selecting standard, you can standard. If you are selecting enterprise, enterprise, otherwise business critical. So I prefer from enterprise or business critical, because standard will not have this time travel 90 days features, multi-cluster warehouse features, materialized view feature. These are all the not available in the standard edition. So if you are selecting the standard edition, you won't be able to see these features. So better you can select enterprise edition or business critical edition, anything. Okay, so let's say I'm selecting enterprise edition, and after that, as I told, we have to select any one of the cloud providers. So here we have Microsoft Azure, here we have AWS, and here we have GCP. So you can select any of them. Okay, so let's say I'm selecting AWS here, and after that you have to select the region, which region you want to select for the servers. Either you are selecting Asia Pacific, Mumbai, Canada, US, anything you want to, anything you have to select. Okay, so let's say I selected Canada, and after that I clicked on it, and I have to go for the get started. Okay, so it's showing account setup is in progress. Now what is saying, you are now signed up. So an email has been sent to this email box. So this email box we don't have. I will show you what will happen. So this is my new email ID I have created. So Snowflake Computing, you will be getting this kind of mail in your email box. Okay, you have to go here. Okay, after that what you have to do, you have to click on activate option. You have to click on this box. So once you click on this box, after that they will ask you to provide the user ID and password that you have to set. Whatever you want, you can give the user ID, and as per that you give your password. Once it is set up, you have to do it within 72 hours. Once it is set up, once it is done, then this is the URL of your server. This URL will be provided to your email ID. Click, copy it, paste it. So you have to give the user ID and you have to give the password. Once you have given the user ID and password, and it will be okay. One second. Let me go with the so once you have given the user ID and password, you will be able to see the dashboard of your. So this is the dashboard of your Snowflake infrastructure. Okay. Here all the databases are there. These two databases automatically will be provided, and after that you have a lot of schema here. These are all the database. These are all the schema. If you click on the schema, you will be getting, these are all the views are available here. Okay. If you see, these are all the views are available. Okay. If you click on this database, if you check, this is the schema. These are all the tables are available. Okay. And this table will have lot of data. You can use this data for your practice purpose. So this two, everybody, whoever will be opening a new account, they will be getting these two databases. Okay. Basically, these are all not database, these are all the shares. So we will be discussing all those things in later point of time. Okay. This is the warehouse in the sense that we discussed about the virtual warehouse, right? This is the virtual warehouse. So this is the virtual warehouse. Okay. So we will be discussing in detail. So I'm not touching all those things today. This is the worksheet. Here you can write your query, any type of query. If you want, you can write your query. If you want to create procs, functions, whatever it is, you have to write here. Okay. Whenever you will be creating your account, you will be having this kind of roles. So each and every roles is having different uh, activity. So we will be discussing all those things. Okay. If you go to account section, you will be having like what are all the usage you have done. So you can see this warehouse. As I told, there are mainly two type of basically storage capacity. There are two type of pricing. Price we basically pay. One is warehouse. So basically you can see this is the processing, how much you have processed the data, and this is the average storage used, how much you have storage. 54 bytes data we have stored till now. So basically that's the reason. So it's very minimum, right? Whenever we will be keep on creating table, whenever we will be keep on storing the data, so it will be increased. Okay. So whatever we used, we will be pay for that. To warehouse zero credit, that means till now we have not processed anything. Okay. That's the reason 0.00 credits has been used. How these credits will be converted to dollar, how this we will be billing, we will be understanding how this billing will be generated as per the storage. So everything will be discussing in our respective classes. Okay. So these are all the different each and whatever topics you are able to see here, that notification, share, database, marketplace, warehouse, worksheet, history, account, roles, each and everything we will be discussing in our respective classes. Okay. And now if I go with the syllabus discussion, so basically, so introduction, it's already done today. And we will be starting from roles. Then we will be understanding about warehouse, and we will be seeing the warehouse pricing and storage pricing, how it got calculated. Then resource monitor, then micro partition, then clustering, query history, cache memory. We will be loading our data from AWS, this 3 format. We will be loading the data from Azure as well. Then we will be see the Snowpipe. This is continuous data ingestion service. Then we will be seeing the different type of tables, time travel, failsafe, okay, task, that means scheduler type of scheduling service basically. Then Snowflake stream, that is change data capture, then zero copy clone. Then this is completely basically a SQL statement. I may, if any everybody has the basically the SQL knowledge, then we will be not going into that. I will be having some recording, or I will be having some SQL script, so I can provide you. This is simple, like how DDL, DML. This I kept here. If anybody does not know SQL, in that case, okay. And Snowflake SQL function transaction. Then procedures. We will be using some sort of JavaScript in the procedure. Then we will be going with the data masking. Then we will be covering the row level security. These are all very important thing. Then data sharing from one account to another account. Then all type of views we will see. Then user defined functions we will see. We will see external table. We will see how basically the Power BI, we can interact with the Power BI. This probably I will be providing a video. I have video, so I will be providing a video, my own video. Migration project, one migration project we have discussed, that is also project video. I will be providing you the project video. And after completing the entire session, I will be, if anybody is appearing for the certification, they will be getting the certification. Let me check. Okay, so yeah, I will show you in later point of time. So basically let me see where I kept it. I have to check it. Okay. Anyway, so it's not handy with me right now. So if anybody is going for the certification, like preparation, I will be providing them certification and interview questions. And if anybody is going for the interviews, so if anybody interested, I will be taking mock interview sessions as well. Okay. So this part is not batch wise. So if anybody interested, let me know. And whenever you will be having some basically the interviews or something scheduled, let me know at least before 1 day or something. So if you prepared yourself already, I will be taking some 3-4 mock interview sessions as well. And whatever certification questions, there is a 10 PDF files I have. Those basically not free like in the outside market. Basically you have to purchase those from Udemy and all. So because I did it already, so I will be providing you those as a free question, so no need to pay anything for that. Okay, so these are all the things. So these are all the topics we will be covering in depth. Each and everything will be covered in depth, so there is no worries about that. And once this session will be completed, so basically you will be able to at least go for any interviews or start preparing on the certification things, and as well as basically will be able to show your experience as an like 1.5 years or 2 years kind of 1.5 years experience. You can show, like you can write on your resume that you have 1.5 years experience. So these are all the main topics, like what people are working in their environment or in their real-time scenario. Okay, so this is the complete things. So basically we will be covering all those things. Any question, any doubt on this topic, guys?
Hi, this is Kaja. Actually, I was joined in the middle. So when
Okay.
the new batch will be start and what will be the timing and total of that?
Okay, see, so as of now, I'm just starting. I'm just today we completed the demo. So as soon as I get the confirmation from the guys, so we will be starting as soon as possible. So probably from this week itself, we will be starting. And the starting every day morning 10 a.m. is fine. So we will be starting at 10 a.m. every day. So there will no gap. So Monday to Friday, the classes will be there.
Okay. Every day 1 hour.
Yes, 1 hour.
Okay. So including weekend or only a weekday?
No, 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 not weekend. Weekend will be there for your practice. We will be having Monday to Friday classes.
Oh, okay. So overall training, how many hours?
So you see, there is not specific hour-wise classes here. It's like not like that. So probably we will be covering like 25 for 26 hours. So you can understand like 5 days within 1 month, 1 month, 1 week. So as per that syllabus, how it goes on. So there is not
Okay,
fixed
okay.
timing that
Yeah,
we have to
I'm just
complete in
asking
an hour and all.
whether okay, whether it is a 1 month program or some weeks. That's what I. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. So no, 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 not 1 week. 1 week you won't learn anything. So basically, it's
Not
not
1 week.
1 week.
I mean, 3 weeks or 1 month or something.
1 month maximum, maximum 1 month, 1 month, 1 week like that. It will be happen. Okay, maximum 1 month. We will go.
Okay, thank you.
It will take 1 month. I believe it will take 1 month. Yeah.
Thank you.
Earlier, basically, I had a separate uh, type of class schedule. Basically, this is my okay. One more thing I just wanted to tell you this: whoever will be joining. So basically, I will providing this recording so that you can see here for 15th batch recording, 14th batch recording. So basically, earlier I had a session like 3 days a week classes, but basically, what was happening, like it was going 2 months, 2.5 months per batch. So people was not like very much comfortable on that. So they want to complete it as soon as possible or something like that. So that's the reason I thought, okay, this time I will not take multiple batch. I will take a single batch and I will take everyday classes. So that's the reason. So once the class is done, I will be providing this link. So I will be providing this link to you guys. I will be providing to this link to you guys, whoever will be joining. And after that, you have to download this class session. And so once it is download, then that recording will be with you as long as you are there in the market. And this type of scripts will be providing that I will show you, and I will provide you the scripts as well, how the entire thing will be done. Every scripts will be provided to you as well. Okay, so this is the data masking, this is the data
Okay.
loading script.
Regarding
Yeah,
timing, only 10 to 11 or you are offering some other time? Because usually
either
the
I
training will be happen in the early morning. Early. Yes.
early morning is not possible for me because I'm not in India, so that's the reason. Yeah, there are
Oh,
two time is possible. Either so you start with 10 a.m. in the morning, or you can start with 8 p.m. in the evening.
oh, okay.
So that is also possible. I can take 8 p.m. in the evening as well. But early morning in as Indian time is not possible for me. I can take
Okay.
from 10 to 11. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
all
hello.
from my
Yeah, hello. I
Redshift
have
to Azure. AWS. Redshift is the
hello.
database, cloud data warehouses, which is the product of basically Amazon. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me.
Just one question, like so Snowflake is this one. So you are covering only Snowflake level, or along with this any ETL tools you are covering?
No, ETL tools I'm not providing. So basically, ETL tools that will be the different thing. So ETL tools are not providing by this training. It will be completely Snowflake based.
So just a market wise, I can ask one question like that. Is it their market outside only Snowflake level, so any jobs or Snowflake with the ETLs or something, is it available?
No, only
Okay.
Snowflake. Only not only see there are different type of requirements in the market. So I'm working for last 3 years in Snowflake, but I'm not a ETL guy. I don't know how to. I didn't work a single day on ETL. Okay, but the thing is like in now the if you see the project level, so they will be asking, okay, you have to know the ETL, you have to know the Python, you have to know the this, you have to know the that. So that doesn't matter for Snowflake. We wherever you found okay ETL is there, that is there, that is there. So don't think about that. Go for that interview. So in market, people are see whenever we go for the Oracle job opening, they will ask, do you know Unix? Do you know that? Do you know this thing? Do you know that thing? So that doesn't matter that this is mandatory. But yeah, in some people, some organization they work with ETL, some organization they does not work with ETL. So if you are working with, if any organization working with ETL, they may ask you whether you know ETL or not. If you know ETL, that when well and good. If you don't know ETL, then you can simply say, I don't know ETL. I know I worked with Snowflake. I know Snowflake. So on that basis, I am here. So whenever we will go into the company, whenever we will go into the job, I will be learning ETL. The simple thing. So ETL is uh, they must have the separate team for ETL as well, who are all the working. So learning from them is not a big deal. So I'm in the current project. We have SSIS SQL Server. So basically, I don't know. I never worked with SSIS. So now I'm working with SSIS. So it's not like that. So everything you can't learn and go for the thing. So Snowflake having a capacity to tie up with any type of environment, like Power BI also can be integrated with Snowflake. Now if anybody is asking, okay, you have to learn Power BI as well, so that is not possible. So everything is not
Yeah,
possible.
yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah, that I understand. Generally, it is used to call Snowflake is a data warehouse kind of that. So, as per my knowledge perspective, Snowflake is a if any data warehouse means it is required for ETL and reporting kind of tools to use. So, in the Snowflake's level also, is there any separate or is within the Snowflake itself we can do all ETL and do reporting things?
yes, yes, that is what I'm telling. So Snowflake, see ETL, what ETL will do, it will take the data from the source system and it will load the
Mm,
data to the data warehouse. That is the work of
mm.
ETL, right?
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
Snowflake is having their own property to load the data from the file system into that and to the Snowflake. And using that property, what Snowflake will do, Snowflake will load the data into the Snowflake, and after that, we can go for the transformation. So here it will be ELT, extract, load, and transformation, not ETL. So first
Mhm.
we will be
So it
loading the
means,
data.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is the file you are saying. If in case, suppose, for example, client side they have the database, they are going to give provide the access on directly into the database instead of extract and providing the files. So is it possible to connect that kind of the
Uh,
database through Snowflake?
no, that is not possible. In that case, you need the ETL tool.
That's why that is the reason I'm raising the question. Okay, so
Yes,
that is the
in that
that is the that kind of work means must and should be there in the ETL tool. Yeah.
if that is the work, they will be doing it through the ETL tool. Yes.
Okay. So without any tools, so when it's within the Snowflake level, so from file to table, loading table to file extract and everything we can do from through Snowflake. That is you are going to say.
Yes, if
Okay.
you are loading file system, if you are loading as a file data, basically
Mm.
most of the places, this is what happens. That's the reason they will be using the AWS S3 bucket. So basically either AWS or Azure, whatever they are using,
Yeah.
if they are using those kind of environment, that means they are loading files. Okay, so they will be loading, they will be giving. So see, every you have a company, every system is not loaded on a single database, right? Every
Yeah.
system is have may have different database. Now ETL configuration will be complex in that case. So that's
Mm.
the reason what they will be doing? They will be generating the file and they will be sending us the file to the Azure, AWS, or wherever it is. Then after that, what we will do, we'll load the data. So this is the way we do basically.
Okay, understand. Just one
Yeah.
more question, like Snowflake. Maybe I missed out in the starting. I didn't join. Maybe I missed. I'm raising question. So if in case Snowflake level also we are how creating the database and everything. These database entire thing, where it will be stored? Is it in the Snowflake within the Snowflake architecture? I mean within the Snowflake area, or it will go and then store into the global the AWS bucket level or
Yes, it will be
in
stored
the
to the
database
cloud.
related.
Yeah, everything, whatever we do in the Snowflake, that cloud service layer, query processing layer, and database layer, everything is a hard property of Snowflake. Snowflake does not have anything. If you are taking the service from AWS, data processing and data storage is completely depends on AWS. If you are taking the service from Azure, then Azure is the responsible for data processing and data storage.
Okay.
Snowflake does not have any storage capacity of data. Snowflake does not have any their own databases.
Mhm. But we can
Okay.
create the database and then run the process and then store into the AWS.
Yes, basically Snowflake is nothing but Snowflake is combining all those services, okay, and they are providing to us, and for that they are charging and we are paying.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
One
So
question,
that's
like
yeah, tell me.
Snowflake actually in background actually which language we are using? I know Snowflake is a software as a service because in other like Databricks we use some kind of Spark and some stuff. So
Yes,
Snowflake
that
also we are using similar tool.
whatever query and whatever task we will be performing it through SQL. We can call this SQL statement using Python script also. If you know anybody, if you anybody knows about Python, so they can call this particular script, like let's say create table name, all those things. So you can call this script in Python script as well. So this is how you can work.
Okay, so if we say Python means then we should able to execute Spark as well, right?
Yes. A lot of things in Snowflake. That's the main point here. Basically, Snowflake is a platform independent. So basically, it can use with anywhere. So if you go to here in the Snowflake, here some partner connects you will be getting. So this much of basically tools which can be communicated with Snowflake. Not only this, these are all having easy partner connect. Apart from that, others also possible. Basically in our project probably we will be using dbt in our project. So I don't know dbt, but I have to learn. So everything is not possible if I ask you to learn everything, so it is not possible. So these are all the basically partner connects. So we can use informatica, all those click view, talent, everything can be connected easily with the Snowflake. Okay, but apart from that, other tools are also possible to connect with the Snowflake is the platform independent. So that's the reason it makes Snowflake huge in the market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as part of the training, maybe we will be covering some kind of integration with other tools. What we
I
show,
will try.
correct?
Yeah, Power BI definitely I will show. I will try if I can possible with the with any ETL tool to connect, but I'm not giving any assurance on that because connecting ETL tool is nothing. Like I don't know whether I will be supportive here or not. If possible, I will show you any of the tool from here as well. Okay, but Power BI
Okay.
definitely I will be showing you. Either I'm able to show you in practical, otherwise I will be giving you my old class one video is there, so I will be providing that video as well. Okay, so but ETL
Okay.
tool connectivity and showing source and target, it's quite difficult for me because I'm not with ETL people. So But Power BI, I will be showing you how to connect and all. Connection is not a big deal. So you will be using this string to connect this part. This is the server.
Okay.
This
Thank
string
you.
connect. Yeah. I'll show you if possible to show any of the partner connect. Definitely, I'll try to show you.
Okay. One question is one more like that. So in this here, we are writing all the queries and procedure or something. Final perspective in the any environment, we need to schedule those kind of into the something. Those kind of scheduling, is there anything in the Snowflake, or we need to use some external tools or something? Scheduling
See,
purpose.
if you want to schedule, we have a task environment here. Basically, we can uh, use task here. Task is nothing but like it can. Let's say you have written one procedure, and you want to run that procedure every month on this date. So that is this kind of thing possible using task. But let's say you want to run a system like uh, fact loading, dimension loading. Okay, fact loading, dimension loading means first this fact will be loaded, then something will create, then some dimension will load, then some tree base. If we want to do
Yeah.
something, we have
Hmm.
task as well. And if using that task is not possible to complete the not possible to achieve the things, then you have to go with the external things as well. So basically in task we have two type of task. One is standalone task, one is tree shaped task. Okay, so in case of standalone task, basically it will not have any parent or child, so basically directly it will load. And tree shaped task will have one child, one parent, then it will have, let's say, B, C, D, let's say, then B is having again E, F, like that. Okay.
Yeah, parallel and serial combinations
Yes,
to
yes.
execute
Then
the
again,
jobs
C
into that
might
one.
have,
Yeah.
yeah, like that you can do. Okay, but
Awesome.
using task, basically you can execute either SQL statement, single SQL statement, or you can execute procedure. So these two things you can call with task and you can load.
Okay.
So this is one
So
thing.
in the within the
Okay.
Snowflake, it is one of the object is the task you are saying
Yes, this
within
is
the
the one of
Snowflake.
the object, and we have this to be covered in syllabus as well. So this is one of the object in Snowflake. But apart from that, if you want more features, then definitely you have to integrate some other tool with Snowflake, and you have to work. So probably DBT is one kind of tool probably. So basically, probably in DBT you can use that thing. So and maybe in market any other tool is as well, is there. A lot of other tools are there, so that you have to integrate with Snowflake and you have to work. So that is the reason I'm telling, because see, for separate type of activity will be done by the separate type of tools, and that separate type of tools is not fixed. Snowflake width or Snowflake boundary is too large. A lot of tools it can integrate, and it's not possible for us to learn everything. So
Yeah, that's maybe my
whatever,
question you under yeah, my question maybe you understand generally as a organization perspective, whenever you are doing the any project specific, so part of queries we are writing, part of procedure we are running. So at the end of the delivery time that time we need to run everything. We cannot go manually execute everything like that. So we
right,
need some mechanism to put as everything some place and then trigger
right,
into the one place, like that kind of job.
right, like control M works.
Okay, that's why I'm asking. Maybe we need to use the external or within the
Yes, yeah,
Snowflake. Is
that
there
kind of
anything?
features, if you want that kind of job scheduling features, definitely you have to integrate other tools into Snowflake.
Understood.
Yeah,
Amit,
yeah.
yeah, actually, for experienced people, 8+ or something. So, like normally they're asking a few questions on data warehouse in detail, like normalization, data modeling, and all. So will you be covering a little bit on that, like so those things? Because 8+, they're expecting little bit some knowledge, sound knowledge of data warehousing, and maybe one more tool they're expecting. That one we can do some self study, either Matillion or something. So Snowflake with Matillion or Snowflake with maybe other tools, Talend or something.
Snowflake with Matillion, people are mostly asking nowadays. Snowflake with Matillion.
But
Yes,
data
okay,
warehousing, do you have
On
anything?
data warehousing,
Any video?
fact, dimension, normalization, these topics I will be covering. I will be discussing. I will be giving you one class on that.
Okay. And I mean, one more question I had. This suppose if we create any trial account after first of any month, so that is like normally valid till end of next month, or how it is? Like because I was just going through.
Day to day. No, it is day to day. If you have created third, it will be valid till second night, I think.
Okay, because I just went through. That's what I stuck in my mind, that if we create any account after first of some month, someone commented it was some in some post or something that it will be valid till 2 months actually, like almost end of next month. So yeah, that's why they were suggesting to create after second or third something like that. One will check it. I mean that yeah, it will be good actually. Then if
Yeah.
you.
Check it. Because basically I didn't look this thing like this.
Oh,
So
okay. Yesterday I saw some post actually. Thought of asking you this one actually. Like.
okay,
Okay, thank you.
no problem. So if no questions, we are just I'm just closing the session, and we'll see when I'll update everyone like how we will be going to start the classes and all.
You told 10 to 11 and 8 to 9, right? 2 slots, right, Amita? Depending on the
Yes,
majority.
no, I will be starting one slot only, but either that will be morning 10 to 11 or it will be 8 to 9.
Yeah. Means any one slot. So based on everyone's preference.
Yes. That is what.
But you'll be starting this week or by this week at least?
As early as I get other confirmation, I will update you. I will ping you everyone in the WhatsApp.
Okay. Sure.
Targeting this week. If not possible, definitely from next Monday I will starting the batch.
Okay. Sure. No problem.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining.
Sorry, one question.
Yeah.
No,
Tell me.
the last. So can you tell me like why I should go for the Snowflake? Why should not I go for the AWS or Azure data engineering in one line in terms of opportunity? Because having like more than 10+ years as experience, because I see people over here like they have like 8 years experience, 10 years experience. Even I'm like more than 10 years experience.
Azure data engineering is a separate case, and Snowflake is coming as a separate verse. Azure data engineering is not only like your databases will be involved. Basically, Azure data engineering will involve how to handle those Azure infrastructures and all. But Snowflake is only the Snowflake data warehouses. So those are completely two separate. Not only 10 years, 12 years experience, I have seen 15, 16 years experience. I have 18 years experience guy to do Snowflake. And similar way, people are working with Azure as well. Even in my organization also, this year, I have the target to complete the Azure certification. So both is the separate, basically separate dimension. So we cannot combine those things. If you are talking with Redshift and Snowflake, I can give you the better way here. If you are trying to learning with Redshift and Snowflake, we can do the comparison. But Azure data engineering is different case and Snowflake is different case. Those are completely two different way. If
Okay,
you are
so
comparing between Redshift and Snowflake, we can definitely blindly we can go with the Snowflake because Snowflake is providing a lot of features which Redshift is not providing, and lot of flexibilities, time, performance, cost, everything is better in Snowflake. So people are, if anybody is using Redshift from the earlier days, they have their AWS, Amazon licensing as well. They are going with Redshift. It's fine. If anybody is starting from the scratch, basically, definitely they will be going with Snowflake, not Redshift.
in terms of opportunity, can you tell me like in the market currently, like for this year 2022, like which will be like more compared to the AWS, Azure data engineering, or this one, the Snowflake developer?
While you will be learning both, see, the thing is that while you are going with the Snowflake, people, if you are working with Azure and Snowflake combination, then you have to learn the Azure as well, right? Because uh, not all, I'm not talking about Azure data engineering completion, just how to load the data, how to load the data, all those things you have to learn. So see, in the two way, definitely Azure is also a good option. Snowflake is also a good option. Now you have to choose which way you want to go. Both is having a lot of demand. Nowadays, both is having a lot of demand. I was in India. I was working in Snowflake. I got Europe opportunity only based on Snowflake. So as well as here, once I came here, I can see here Azure option in our project. Azure option is also there, so they are asking people to do the certification on the Azure as well. So the thing is that both is having way. Now you have to choose which one you want to go. Both is having huge data market. So now people are going, if you have completed some sort of training, some sort of learning, some sort of certification in any of this technology, it's 100% assurance that if you have learned well, within a month you will get a job, because it's a hot cake now, both the way.
It was the thing is why I asked no the question, like I am totally from this SQL and the ETL background. So I have some like this one the dynamic like because I see like there is like I'm not getting opportunity having like more than 10 years experience in the Informatica. I'm working for the Informatica, okay, the power center. So I feel like I need to switch to the new technology which is upcoming, the latest in the market, like Snowflakes, Azure, and AWS data engineering. So that is a thing like which one to choose. That's a thing I have question in my mind
No,
because
if you are already in Informatica and if you know SQL, then for you it will be better to learn Snowflake, because it will be completing your circle.
okay,
Simple question. If you are going to the AWS and Azure, it is completely out of the domain. You are in SQL and Informatica. If you know the Snowflake, it will be completing your circle. So better to get the job. And after that, you can go with, if you have interest to learn AWS or Azure, you can learn it from after that, after getting the job and all that, you can keep on improving yourself. That is better thing. But if you are already in Informatica, then if anybody is already in ETL and visualization domain, so for them, it's better to learn Snowflake.
oh, thank
Yeah.
In India, there are huge demands coming down right now.
Yeah,
you. Which
yeah.
one?
In
Sorry.
India, in outside of India as well, it's having the good demand.
Yeah,
For the
Snowflake.
what's the minimum experience they're asking? Because having like say like I have more than 10 years experience, and guys, other guys like Sandeep and Ramo, so maybe they have plus experience. Like,
Actually, Rajesh, what about experience actually? I know what Tamika told, like depends on the profile and all. Since you're from ETL background, so because I'm from DBS, so I know SQL and all. So means you can correlate. Means I mean what Tamika suggested. Since you're from Informatica already, so it will be a good platform for you. Like you can put some relevant experience to 2.5 years something. You can because one of my colleague actually senior, he just moved to Wipro actually for the Snowflake. So, but what he did was like he did some extra effort and he learned Matillion actually. So he went with Matillion with Snowflake. So that combination he went and he almost got a very good package on almost around 30 plus actually, what I heard. So it's about a profile actually. I mean, some companies are asking Snowflake with SQL, Snowflake with Matillion, Snowflake with Talent. So you have to choose it. Experience doesn't matter.
again, for the Snowflake, how much they're asking the market?
Oh,
Like,
Snowflake actually, he also put relevant 2.5 years actually, like what I came to know. I just spoke to him yesterday, so he was my senior. So he told he just put 2.5 years experience and he just got the opportunity. Initial 3-4 interviews will be tough actually. Initial 3-4 interviews he got rejected. 5th, 6th, 7th, he already had 3-4 offers now actually. So he's now again This one, like, means you know, right? So with 30 lakhs, you can demand more. So that one is just negotiation. So that one. But he told
Yeah,
me
you
that
can.
actually, actually Rajesh, 10 plus actually he faced a lot of questions on data warehousing, at least 5 to 6 questions. So they asked actually the Wipro actually he attended the Wipro, so they were expecting data warehouse and some questions on this one also, like since he was from other background, so some reporting tool or something he mentioned, so maybe integration with that tool, something whatever you have mentioned in resume. And since he learned Matillion somewhere else, I'm not sure, so means that also was hot actually, so he got a very good demanding package actually. But it was completely fake only, means he learned and he just went actually, just 3-4 months he put effort and he went. So, so if you want, I'll means I can get the interview questions actually. So and we can share in the group. So whatever he faced and so. But he was telling not that tough actually. Rajesh, means he was telling that it's not very tough and also or you can, if you put some effort, not that. It's just you have to daily practice actually. You have to put some effort daily after office. So within 3 months he got the offer actually, and after 2 months he put effort. 1 month on Snowflake, 1 month on Matillion, and third, 4th month he got the offer actually. Maybe third month and or 4th month actually. But with Snowflake, if you go with some tool, then it will be good actually. Means you are already from Informatica, then it's a good opportunity for you, because I'm from DB, I have to learn something. So some, at least some tool, Rajesh.
Yeah, Sandeep, and thank you, Amit and Sandeep, for this input.
No problem.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining. So if any question, you can ask me in WhatsApp. I will be answering. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.